Is there anyone here who would like to connect to me in this time and space and tell me your story? It's really weird because I'm not seeing the Viking aura. Maybe a Saxon. Someone has got chainmail on, and I don't believe that the Anglo-Saxons wore chainmail, did they? They might have done.
Yeah, possibly, yes. Just take what's coming through,
They
Tina.
look like a crusader. They don't. The time period's different. They look like a crusader.
What's he wearing then?
He's wearing chainmail top to his foot. He's got a white tabard on, and I'm almost certain there's a red cross in the middle. So that suggests Knights Templar, so that's a different time period altogether. I want to tune into him anyway.
I don't think it's that far out from that time period, Tina.
It's saying lost. Okay, so... Would you like to give me your name? I just keep getting Sir Richard. I think that's the same Sir Richard. Did we let him go?
You mean from
Yeah.
from Garbersham?
Well, I got Sir Richard Belfon, okay, so it's not the same one, but
Okay.
I don't know what he's doing here on this land, on this battleground.
Saying he's lost though.
Yeah, well, this is a different time period. That's from St Edmund's battle. He's one of the, yeah, you know, the battles with Vikings, the last battle, so this
Yeah.
is... And he just came in because he knew I was there.
Right. Okay.
Where did you come from? Folsom.
From?
Folsom.
Okay.
So he said straight away.
Yeah.
And where are you here? He got lanced in the side with a sword or a spear or something. At the battle, the other battle. The Battle of St Edmund.
Yeah.
And the reason he's here is because I'm in the area.
Yes. So he's actually fought over there.
Yeah.
But he was drawn into you.
Yeah, because I'm here.
Yeah.
And I said that didn't fit right with the Viking story, did it? Because he looks so different.
Yes,
time period.
that's right, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to tell us then? What are you saying? He was left abandoned. He's telling me that he might have been able to survive the wound if he got attention, but he's just left abandoned because everyone ran away from the Vikings, you see. So he ended up dying. And that's just sort of a bit bitter about that, because he's a proud man. He was a knight, he was a warrior, you know, and he just thought that we were all band of brothers in this together. And when the Vikings made a charge, they didn't pick him up and take him, you know, they just left him.
Right.
And that's his bitterness.
Right. And was he fighting on foot then? Or was he on a horse?
He was on a horse, but then he was off the horse when he got slain. Yeah, he was on foot, you know.
Yeah. And was he actually fighting with Edmund?
On Edmund's side?
Yes.
Yes.
He knew Edmund?
Yes.
Edmund?
Yes, and he was, you know, we want to get the Vikings out. This is the first time round, you know, the Uber, you know, them brothers.
Yes.
They're fighting over there in Thetford. Sorry, I get pulled across there, I don't know why. Probably someone else. Anything else you want to know about Michael?
Yeah, did he, where we were standing in Garmsham, was that the right place for that fight with St Edmund?
It was around that area,
that area?
Because that spread, that was moving, like this battle was, it was a moving battle, you know, it's
right.
Fight, they moved.
And that mound, does he know that mound that we stood on? Is he familiar with that mound? Was he aware of it?
Yeah, he's aware of it.
Yeah.
He didn't actually stand on it, but he's aware of the mound.
And was he aware of that Richard that we came across before?
Yes, we're all together, yes. Because they're both called Richard. You know?
Yeah, yeah. And
this
he
one's
lived...
a Belfont, a Belfort, something like that. That's what I got straight away.
He was from Falsham, and how old was he, Tina?
Oh, boy. 31.
What was his surname?
Belfort or Belfont.
Right, he was 31 from Falsham.
don't even know if Felsham is, do you?
I've heard the name, if it's the one I think it is, yeah. And was he a lord of the manor? Was he wealthy?
His father was, yeah, he was a...
Right.
Yeah. He was just called to, like, they called it a crusade, you know. Even though it was before the Crusades, it was still a crusade to try and get the Vikings out, but this time, this is, like, the last.
And how did the battle actually go?
You don't know because he got killed in it.
Yeah. Was he killed early on in the battle?
They were moving forward, charging forward, you know, and then some Vikings came out of nowhere, you know, some extra, and they just overran them all, and everyone ran, and they didn't, you know, he got right in the hair.
Yeah.
My bleeding song hurt. Lance, but might have been saved, but he was just really angry because he just got left. You know, they didn't pick him up, take him, they just left him.
Yeah.
But he said, I understand now, that's life, but he's just really bitter about it.
Yeah. Was he married? Sorry.
Were you married? Who's your wife's name? Anne.
All right.
2 boys, he had 2 little boys, and 2 boys. William and Edward.
Yeah. And he knew Edward well, did he? Sir Edmund? Sorry, Sir Edmund?
Yeah, they're in their court.
Mm-hmm.
Because Edmund was there and everywhere, but he had a court. Of their own, what do they call them, the landowners?
Yeah.
At the time they would have called them the landowners or the lords. They wouldn't have called them barons until after the Normans, so they would have been, landowners. Landowners. They were like the hierarchy. You know, if they owned land, they were hierarchy. They were like royalty.
Yeah.
And he was part of that. So it's a house in Felsham. You have to look for that one.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I was going to ask what was the impressions of Sir Edmund then?
Edmund was like a holy man. He had something about him. He had this aura. He was very placid and kind. He had something about him. Hence he ended up being a saint, you know?
Yeah.
He had something about him.
Yeah.
Some sort of aura around him, some sort of Christ-like figure, you know, follower of Christ. He was devout. And they all were. All these landowners, because, you know, the peasants weren't necessarily, but he was. But Christianity was new, okay? It was only about 500 years in BC, in England then. 500-600 years in England.
Is she aware of what happened to Edmund after the battle?
No, he was killed before that.
Yeah, I guess that, yeah. And what was his feelings towards the Vikings then?
Well, just enemy. Needs to be get rid of. You know, he said they were barbarous. They called us heathen, but they were actually very barbarous, and you know, they didn't care. They're slain. See, England wouldn't necessarily slain the children, the women, and all that, but the Vikings did. They didn't care.
Mm.
And they set fire to everything afterwards. So they were barbarous.
Yeah.
That's the words he said.
And what did he do when he was, at home? What was his role in life?
Well, he was Lord of the he was like a lord, but his father was the actual lord, so he was like a son.
Yeah.
And he would do all the duties that he was meant to do. You know, he'd learn first thing he had to do, he had to learn how to use a sword, fencing, that sort of thing, and then go around and make sure all the land was all intact and there weren't no poachers and things like that. You know.
Mm.
Just doing what they would have done and living a high life, I suppose.
And did they have a lot of land? Were they very wealthy people, or just all?
I'm getting 16 acres, so that's quite a lot, isn't it?
How many?
16.
16's not much, Tina. Not 16.
Alright,
that's
so that's what he said. So
small holding.
I can't make up words what in my head, darling.
So 16 came
about
through.
16, yeah. That's quite big. Really.
Okay, Tina. Do you want me? Would you like to go over? Do you think? Thank him for coming all this distance for us.
There ain't no distance to him, right?
No.
That's like I can be here and I can be there, like
Yeah.
that.
How was he aware that you were here then, Tina?
Because I tuned in, didn't I? Opened my space up and said, "Is anyone in any
And
time?"
he just comes straight through.
Well, I saw him standing there first, and I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if it was a man or a woman.
Yes.
But then I got closer, and I could see what he looked like.
And is that Red Cross still relevant on his chainmail?
I don't know if it was a Red Cross.
Did he have a shield of any sort?
Yeah, he had a shield. Yeah, but it was just like a big long one like that.
Yeah, and the emblem on the shield itself?
No emblem on the shield, but he had something red. That might not have been a Red Cross. That could have been a family motto. When I first saw it, I thought it was a Red Cross, like a Knights Templar.
Yeah.
But Knights Templar went round them both.
Whereabouts is he actually buried now then?
He was taken back.
Back to Falsham?
Yeah, because when after the battle and they all cleared up, yeah, because he was quite higher up, he got took back.
Right.
I think he's in the family church, Falsham.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
Family
going back a long
church.
way though. That's going back to what,
9th century.
900s?
Yeah, 9th century.
That's quite some time ago. Yeah, but that's interesting.
Still might be there.
Yeah. Does he know what church it was then? Does he got a name for the church?
He's saying St Cuthbert's.
St Cuthbert. That's unusual. That's something we could look into.
But that might have been changed now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he just keeps saying Falsham, so you know, I've got to go with it. I can't make anything up my head to what he's saying. He's saying Falsham.
Just say what it come. We'll sort it. Try and sort it out later.
Wife Anne's up there, 2 sons. We'll open a portal for you. First person I see is his father.
Okay.
Which is unusual, usually wife and kids, but I see his father and then the other's his father. Grieve for him so badly, I think his father died of a broken heart.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm feeling now.
Wow.
He's up there and he's like, please, tell my son. And his mother. Maud. His mother's name was Maud.
Right. Did you say what his father's name was?
Henry.
Henry?
Yeah, I'm getting Henry,
Yeah.
Quite well to do anyway. Let me get this man up because he's hovering. Right, look up, Richard, look up. Oh, he's sort of upset. He saw his father. He's like quite emotional, this one. So, can I leave this land? I went, yes, please. Please leave the land. Off you go, your parents, your wife and children. He actually dropped to his knees and he's looking up and he's going, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wow.
He dropped to his knees and was like, he couldn't believe it. I get a thank you from his parents. It's really unusual because I usually get a thank you from them. Wow, that was very emotional. I felt his father's emotion. His father was like looking down, holding his hands out. And when he actually looked up, he dropped to his knees.
Yeah.
With emotion.
Yeah.
That he's been carrying around, obviously, because he's a spirit being. And then, that was like he's burst into tears. And he went up, and then I got a thank you from up there, which is unusual. They usually get a thank you from the person I'm releasing. So that was really nice.
That was unusual. And for him to have done that as well, you know, go down on his knees. We've seen him throw swords in the ground. And
he just went down on his knees like that because he couldn't believe it was emotion. Like he's so going to be reunited with his family. Oh, it's so good. Thank you for my gift, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Excellent. Good one, babe.